Hello, ladies. It is Tiffany of Clarity, Confidence, Courage, Women's Empowerment, and I'm coming to you today to talk about what I call the bounce back effect. Ladies, this is when you have gone through a situation that may have been challenging, may have been traumatic, and yet you were so resilient, you were able to bring yourself back. Ladies, I've gone through so many issues and had to bounce back. But there's a secret to bouncing back that a lot of people don't know about, and I'm going to share it right here. So make sure you buckle up, get ready, get your popcorn ready, and definitely, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, share, and like this video so that other women just like you can understand the bounce back effect. So ladies, what do I mean when I talk about this concept of the bounce back effect? Well, not so long ago, many of you know, I was in a draining marriage, in a toxic career. I mean, my life was just not that great. And I ended up getting a divorce. And then about a year later, I ended up getting laid off my full-time corporate career. In my previous life, I was a public health consultant. I worked for an international firm in Atlanta, Georgia, and here in the United States. And, it was a very, amazing career. To know that I had devoted myself to this career, I had done so much, I had really hustled and grind for them, right? And then to have them lay me off. Now, don't get me wrong, ladies. This was during a time where a lot of companies that were getting government contracts, like the firm I worked for, were getting laid off. And so they were losing contracts. So a lot of people in the company were getting laid off. It wasn't just me. And I wasn't just the only one going through it. On the outside looking in, everybody who saw me was like, oh my gosh, look at Tiffany. She just got divorced. She just sold her house and moved back into an apartment. Now she's getting laid off her job. What else could go wrong? It was like my life was just crumbling, right? But on the inside, they didn't know what I knew. They didn't know that a year before that, right after I got my divorce, I got a business coach. And I basically started my own company. And yes, it was part-time. It wasn't like I was making $1 million, but I was getting clients here and there. And I was slowly building it up and building up my confidence. And what they didn't know was that I had professed to the universe the beginning of that year. This was in 2017. So it was like January of 2017, that this was the last year that I was going to work for that company because I was going to go into my own business full time. I said that out loud. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I professed it. Nobody knew. So when I got laid off about 6 months later, that came back to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I manifested my own layoff. So for me, ladies, at that time, I wasn't that shocked. And don't get me wrong, I had options. HR specialists were reaching out to me and saying, hey, Tiffany, you can get another job in another division of the company. We can help you, expedite your resume. You've done a great work in this division. I had coworkers who were like, look, I got connections in other companies. I could kind of help you out. I mean, it was so much that I could have done to get another job. The other option was to take my severance, which was awesome. I had a great severance package, sign the paperwork and leave. I think you know what I did. I left. I thought about it. I researched other companies. I kind of let it roll off my mind, but my heart was saying it's time to go. This is the moment where you are being pushed into your dream life. You're being pushed into your journey, into your vision, into your calling. Go, use this opportunity. And that's what I did. Now, I say all that to say, ladies, that for me, the bounce back in that experience was that as soon as I signed those papers and I walked out the door for the last time, I, number one, kept up with all of my colleagues. I made sure I stayed in touch. I didn't burn any bridges. I started getting to work on my finances to look at how long I had to make sure that I was financially secure. I made sure that I started joining networking groups and really start reaching out to people and connecting with people. I immediately started getting clients for my business, even though I was still kind of new and still kind of scared. My bounce back was that I didn't sit back. I stepped into my fear and I went for it. And guess what? Things start to happen. And I'm not saying it happened overnight. I'm not saying I became some gazillionaire. And I'm not saying it wasn't hard sometimes. But I did the work because I believed in myself. And I knew that I had gone through other hard things, my divorce in particular, which was way worse than layoff, and I still made it work. I still survived. So for me, the bounce back was just the mindset. It was just this belief in myself, like, yeah, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to step into this anyway. I'm going to step into my fear and I'm going to move forward because I've done it before. That was the bounce back. How many of you can relate? Definitely leave me a little star emoji in the comments if you're like, yeah, Tiffany, yeah, I've had to bounce back. I've had to go through that. Now, for those of you who can't relate, who are like, I am actually in a situation right now where I'm trying to find my bounce back. Here's a little secret, ladies. Here's a little way that you can quickly find your bounce back mindset, because that's really what it is. It's a mindset. I want you to get a sheet of paper. And I want you to list different points in your life where you have had to do things that were frightening or were, scary, or you've had to gone through some tragic situations, but you made it out. Maybe you got into a really bad car accident, but you survived. I mean, heck, for most of you who are watching this video, if you survived COVID 2020, that's a bounce back factor in and of itself, okay? So if that is you, write it down. Write down all those things you've gone through, that you've made it through. Because guess what? All those experiences hardened you. They gave you grit. They made you more resilient. And whether you know it or not, you can use all those experiences to remind yourself about your bounce back level, your bounce back factor. Now, if you haven't gone through a lot in your life, you're like, Tiffany, honestly, I'm kind of young and I'm watching this video to get some more, tips and experience and knowledge. I don't have a lot of experience. I haven't had that type of life. Then that's okay. The fact that you made it through kindergarten or first grade or, graduated from high school or graduated from college, that's your bounce back. That took work. So we all have a story. We all have a situation where we've been through where it helped build our own resilience. And guess what? If you're still here and you're still alive and you're still watching this and you're still going, you have the bounce back factor. So keep that list with you at all times. And whenever you hit what you perceive to be a hard curve or a brick wall, look at that list and remind yourself of your bounce back and keep going. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, leave me a comment below or a little star emoji to let me know that you have gone through this circumstance that has made you pull out your bounce back. And if you're in a situation where you're like, ooh, Tiffany, I am going through a lot right now. I'm really resonating with this video and I would love to discuss a little bit more into my own personal situation, then definitely click the link in the comments below. Get on a free coaching strategy call with me and we'll talk about what you're going through, how you can move forward, some of your dreams, some of your desires, and possibly us working together moving forward so you can get there quicker, faster, better. All right, ladies, this is Tiffany of Clarity, Confidence, Courage, Women's Empowerment.